Hello everyone, I'm Darcy Bono and welcome to my ice painting tutorial. Before we get started, let's take a quick look at our supplies. The only thing you'll need to achieve this awesome effect is Thousand Suns blue and a flat white. In this case, I'm using Citadel Ceramite white, but any white will work. As for your brushes, you're going to need something a little bit larger, like a size 2 round brush, anything you do a shade coat or a base coat with ordinarily, and then a small dry brush. So now that we have everything here, let's go paint some ice. Before we get to the exciting bright blue of the ice, we need to lay down our foundation. So what I've done is I've primed the spearhead in a flat white, and once that was dry, I applied another base coat of white on top of that. The brighter this white is, the brighter your blue is going to be in the next step. So once this is done and dried, you get to do the fun part. The best part about this recipe is that the second step is super easy and does most of the heavy lifting to give you your nice blue ice color. What we're going to do is make a shade coat out of water and Thousand Suns blue and apply it over that white spearhead. You want this to be a liquidy but somewhat opaque consistency, like an ink. As you can see, it runs into all the crevices, but also gives you that bright white underneath that really gives great contrast to this spearhead here. So that is a majority of the work done right there. Just keep bringing it down. Give it a thorough coat. And that's it. So that looks great already. After this, we're going to apply a white dry brush that's going to give it a more frosty look. So let that dry and we'll get on to the frost. Once the shade coat has completely dried, you're now ready to move on to the last stage of the ice painting process. This is just going to be a simple dry brush that we're going to focus primarily on the edges and the tips of the ice. This applies to whether you're painting a weapon, an ice crystal, or a piece of armor. The first couple of brush strokes are going to have the most paint in them, therefore focus it mainly on the edges and the most jagged parts of the ice. This will create a more realistic frosty effect. Alright, and there we have it, a nice icy, frosty weapon. I'm completely satisfied with how this looks, so I'm not going to do anything else to it. However, if you do want a bit of a sheen to your ice, you can always add a gloss coat, such as Citadel's Ard Coat, at the end of the process. That being said, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. This is the first of many more to come, so thank you so much for bearing with me this time. I'm Darcy Bono, and until we meet again, happy painting, everyone!